Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Love Adventure number 2 readings. The last time I did love readings was about 3 or 4 months ago. It was like back in June of this year. So it's time for an update. Now, these are timeless, of course, but love is such an amazing adventure into knowing who we really are. So we're going to jump in and see what's coming next in our adventure of love. If you want to check out the previous ones, I will throw a link to the playlist for the Love Adventure number 1 at the end. So if you want to go check those out, feel free to do so. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what is in store for you. Hello, all my Cancer signs. So this is your reading for the next 3 months in your love adventure. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Rumi Oracle. And this is just going to be what the Creator wants you to know. Like overall for the next 3 months, what the energy is for the next 3 months. Or just what the Creator wants you to know. So Creator, for our beautiful Cancer signs, what would you like them to know about this next 3-month love adventure? All right, there we go. And you have the Auza Star of Venus, card number 26. Beautiful card there. A little bit all the purple crown chakra energy that's with that. It's very pink as well on this end. I mean, it should be shown up on the camera there, but that represents the high heart as well, which we'll be talking about here in a moment, or soon. All right. And there is a little bit to read here, and so it's going to be a little story time with Bretta Zen. I have read this in every single reading, and it's always been totally worth it. So many amazing, powerful, just revelations and messages. So I appreciate your patience as I read through that. There's a little poem or a little saying from Rumi here, and it says, "I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I'm a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you." Love it. And then there's a message from Rumi. It says, "My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul I'm sorry, let me restart that. It says, your soul is sensual and dances with life, with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty, and expand your heart, resisting nothing, to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You are here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of consciousness, pure, and divinity, so absolute that it transcends duality and instead brings all into the oneness of the greatest love." Beautiful. And it says, "The star of Venus is the great androgyne, neither solely masculine nor solely feminine, but an integration of both. The power it bestows is mighty and based utterly in love. When this star seeks us out, multiple blessings are bestowed, and our spiritual growth can be accelerated in ways that may be quite dazzling and surprising to our more limited mindset and belief systems. With great blessings, great growth is possible. However, the blessings don't do the growth for us, making it magically happen. They give us the oomph we need, the power, and the opportunities and assistance we need, yet it is still we who take the journey. The great spiritual journey for old souls at this time in Earth's history is the journey from duality to oneness. Many are signing up for that wild, loving adventure. That's what this love adventure reading is about, right? This oracle has come to you as a reminder that you too have been granted a ticket for that journey. This journey of oneness is not about denying duality, but about experiencing it as an expression of one love. It's about no longer being enslaved by it. It's about avoiding what is not wanted in order to pursue what is wanted. It's about embracing the all, of finding the freedom and joy originally sought, but now through a path that takes you into joy and freedom existing within. And just a side note, definitely it's this kind of evolution we have where we, all we know is our fear ego when we're younger. And then as you expand, you connect more to your higher self and realize there's more to you than just that, character that you're playing on here, but you're this beautiful being, this actor behind the character that's powerful, supernatural, eternal, and it's a spirit being made of unconditional love. And we have this spiritual ego that has this little game it plays with us, that when we connect to our spiritual self, it says, oh, you must destroy your ego because it is against you. And so it drags us back into the world in the spiritual ego sense of, I must destroy a part of me. But what it's talking about here is you move to this higher level, even beyond that, where you realize that your shadow side, your fear ego, your spiritual ego, all of that is a part of you. And instead of trying to destroy it, you embrace it and join hands with it and walk upon the path of life. And that's kind of what I'm getting from that, what it's saying here. And it says to take the great transformation from man or woman into cosmic androgen does not require that we lose our sense of femininity or masculinity. And I'm probably mispronouncing that. Androgen? Androgyne. And androgynin, I think is how you say it. But I apologize that I do not know how to say that. Rather, they become so superior in development that they cease to be distinguished from each other. Our masculine clarity, with its discernment, practicality, and application, becomes so tender, loving, compassionate, and tempered with grace that the feminine is integrated with it. Our feminine nurturance, dedication, and connection to life becomes so fierce that discernment and wise action naturally prevail. So with this great androgynous integration of the masculine and feminine into oneness, men and women of this beautiful earth become capable of new consciousness. It is one based in love, of service to life, of letting go of judgment, stereotypes, and limited belief systems, and of opening up to compassion for all life. As the consciousness is anchored, spiritual growth becomes rapid. This is not necessarily without some bumps and bruises. Letting go of old notions of what is to be a man or a woman, to be masculine or feminine, letting go of fear of women or men, of emasculation or victimization, letting go of wounding, all are great steps forward. They promise liberation, empowerment, and compassion, as well as peace and happiness. Yet they are not easy steps to take. Great resistance can be evoked within you as an individual, and also within the culture around you, which might find your notion of personal spiritual empowerment confronting and challenging to their culture of fear-based enslavement of the soul. They might be right about it being confronting, but mistaken in assuming that confrontation is something best resisted. So then what to do? Al-Uzza, I probably mispronounced that as well, the ancient shining one, also known as the Star of Venus, holds much power and strength. Even a small blessing of her light is more powerful than the fear of thousands, if not millions, of people. She's known as worthy ally in battle of any kind, even spiritual battle. You must, however, stay aligned with her way, which is not to fight fear with fear, hate with hate, or anger with anger. Does this mean you should not feel fear, hate, or anger? Of course not. Venus denies no experience. So let yourself feel what you feel. The guidance is not to stop being human. Take the next step into the divine human, into allowing the star blessing to nestle in your heart so you can shift as you feel the feelings, holding them with compassion, then choosing your own truths that resonate at a far more refined vibration. The rebellious passion of the star of Venus is that she seeks out whomever is ready to know more fully the truth of divine oneness. Whether the culture around them can acknowledge one of their own becoming more enlightened as a blessing or not, it is a divine gift, nevertheless. How liberating it shall feel to be truly empowered to live life as you feel is truthful, and to feel completely empowered to allow others to do the same with joy in your heart. You understand that everyone is walking an unfolding path, and that we don't have to understand or justify the path of another to feel peace in our own hearts. If you are stumbling with judgment within yourself, do not fear. The blessing of Venus is coming to you to help you surrender it, to help you find your way through so that you can be free now. Your guidance, then, is to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the paths of others, too. For in truth, there is one path and we're all on it. You do not have to convince anyone of anything. That's not your job. Your job is to embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and your empowerment to grow spiritually, and live your life accordingly. You are becoming, through bestowal of grace, something more of a goddess and a god, of a human and a sacred animal integrated as one. This is sacred alchemy, amplified in the stars of Venus, who loves you as a brother, sister, and honors your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved. Shine bright. I love that. So definitely this beautiful transformation. Like I said, it's this combination of realizing that you have these small t truths as this human, all these opinions from the outside that we take on our own, and how we think how things should be and supposed to be, need to be, have to be, order to be lovable and all that, right? All these expectations that we're fed. And then you have your higher self that you connect with, and you have these higher truths, capital T truths. These are small t truths. And as you bring these together and you combine, instead of feeling like your higher spirit needs to battle with your humanness, it's this beautiful coming together where your higher self brings what your smaller self has been searching for all along, which is this unconditional love. It's been searching for love in all the wrong places, right? All on the outside, those unstable places where it's conditional and it's ever changing and, like I said, unstable. But it's searching for love, and you bring that love as your higher self, because that's what you are, is love. And so you join together, and it brings this beautiful reckoning of small t truths to capital T truths. And so there's this letting go of old ways of thinking and being, because it's definitely worth it exchanging that for this unconditional love that you can never lose and that you can't gain any more because you have 100% of it. So you integrate that unconditional love and you walk, like it says, almost as this God upon the earth, because a small g God, right? Because you you're powerful, because you don't have to look outside of yourself for what you've been looking for anymore. So you have it within, and people look at you and go, what? You're not trying to compete in the rat race. You're not trying to have all these things. What's going on? And that's that, when I was talking about some people in the culture won't like it, that, like one thing, I left almost like an $85,000 a year job because it wasn't pleasing me anymore. And I walked away from it because I didn't want to invest all my life and all those hours a week and everything in it to have a lower, easier, less energy draining position. And that's not the way of the world. It's more and more and more and more and more. And I'm like, I want more and more and more inside me, not more outside me. And that creates this, whoa, that's not normal, right? And so that's kind of that feeling that comes with that, right? So we're also going to pull a card here from these beautiful crystal medicine oracle. And this is going to represent just how you can move and integrate, to that higher self, but and move from these small T truths that are, like it said, like a prison for your soul, into this beautiful freedom and this beautiful higher T truths. So we'll see what tool or medicine, like it says, crystal medicine oracle, helps you move and make this beautiful transition, this beautiful movement in your life during this 3-month adventure. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Cancers to know? What kind of tool, what kind of medicine will help them during this time to make that beautiful integration of unconditional love, of spirit? Oh, there we go. Well, there you go. So, talked about challenges, right? That's card number 5, and it has lightning, and the crystal is fulgurite. I do speak English, but these are kind of interesting words, right? They're not normal words. Sorry. So you definitely, and this reminds me of the tower, with the lightning and the regular tarot, this lightning bolt that comes and that, this comes to make these changes. And so I do want to have the story of the tower for you real quick here, because the tower really is this beautiful awareness that comes from it, this higher understanding of life, that before you came down here, that higher self, your soul, decided, this is when I'm going to enter the game. This is the avatar that I'm going to, walk around in. So these are going to be my strengths, my opportunities, my challenges, all that stuff, who you're going to be, what you're going to look like, and all that. And then it knows that, and this is when I'm going to leave the game. So you plan all that beforehand, before you come down. And then also all these events that you want to experience as you go through the life, because it helps you understand who you are by experiencing who you're not. We're these powerful, eternal beings of unconditional love, and we see what it might feel like to be small, and what it might feel like to feel fear, and all those uncomfortable emotions that are related to fear, betrayal, resentment, sadness, all those that we label as negative as humans, but we come here to experience all that so we can look back and go, because I've experienced sadness, now I understand more fully who I am as this joyful being. And so, we have that, and so we have all these experiences that we want to experience. And as the avatar, this being, as we're going through, we still have that free will choice on when we hit an event that we wanted to have come into our lives. We still get to choose what story we put to it. Is it going to be an emotional story of extreme fear, or is it going to be an emotional story of extreme unconditional love, or something in between? And so you have all these fated events, as I call them, but we still have that free will to choose what it means as we hit those events. And this challenge, the kind of tower that I feel, the tower moments are like, you have this thing in your life, right? It's either a relationship or a job, some sort of circumstance, or possessions of some kind that are in your life. So this is in your life, but in order to experience these other things you want to experience, this would need to be removed. If you're connected, which, being a water sign, you have a really high intuition, you have a really strong connection to the other side. And so when you're not in fear and outside of all that noise, and you've really zeroed in and are listening to spirit, you can hear the countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before the lightning hits. And you can choose to remove it out of your life beforehand. The Tower card, a lot of times will show someone jumping out of the tower, and then on the other side is someone that got blasted out of the tower by the lightning. And that represents that you can choose, once you start hearing that countdown, to remove it out of your life yourself. And there's no shame, no guilt in not removing it and getting blasted by lightning, because you wanted that experience then. And so there's nothing wrong with that, but you can choose to remove it. And if by the time it gets down to this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then this gets removed for you. And it's a beautiful message around all of that when you see that whole picture and understand that perspective, then life doesn't happen to you. Life happens for you. And so when challenges come, it's not to, test you and you're going to fail or not, or, you're being punished for something. It's like this challenge is coming because you chose it, and you can then take a deep breath and ask yourself, okay, why did I want this challenge to come? What am I learning, through this? So that's the story of the Tower, what they wanted me to tell you. And so we've got lightning, we've got challenge. So challenge first, it says, you've called this card into your awareness today as you're currently going through a challenge. Many people mistakenly view a challenge as being a negative experience. However, challenge provides enormous opportunities for personal growth and change, which number 5, of course, is the number of change. Challenges highlight the boundaries of opportunity, the places where you can pinpoint the lessons and learn from them. If you don't have challenges in your life, you won't have growth, right? Have you been feeling challenged by a person or situation? Does the same challenge keep coming up for you? Have you been looking at a challenge in a negative light? Are you trying to fight yourself in your current challenge? When a challenge is at hand, it's important to meet it with an open mind and heart. This challenging is teaching you something about yourself. So ask yourself the question, what can I learn from this? Okay, like as I was saying, right? What is this challenge showing me? How can I do things differently? It's time to embrace the energy of challenge in your life and know that if you don't get the lesson now, it'll come back as a bigger challenge later. So don't worry. You're being invited to stop running from the challenge and embrace it with love and expectance. In this place, you will grow strength and courage and a stronger sense of yourself. Growth is not always easy, and you can certainly experience some growing pains. However, soon you will feel blessed by this renewal of your spirit. In the face of challenge and change, there is a need to hold on to old as a safeguard. But when you can let go, surrender, and let love in, amazing things will happen. This is not the time to be comfortable. It's a time to embrace the challenge and connect deeply to the wisdom that it's showing you. I love it. And then the medicine is lightning. And it's a little short blurb. And here it says, lightning occurs when a very potent electricity caused by a buildup of energy in the clouds is discharged. Shamans believe that when the elements were in balance, a storm would be created and lightning would strike to clear the way, to refresh and restore energy back to its natural state of being. If a tribal medicine man or woman went out into the mountains and was hit by lightning and survived, it was a sign they were a powerful healer. Lightning represents the power of the universe and the path to enlightenment. It holds the power to clear away the old and spark new and creative and spiritual awareness. It's time to invite the energy of lightning into your world to assist you in this potent time of change. It's so perfect, because this is what this all was talking about, is removal of the old, moving into the new, letting small T truths drop away as your capital T truths are integrated into your mind, into your heart, into your awareness. So I love this. This is so perfect. And what we're going to do next is I have 2 decks of these Love Oracle cards. One I use as, because it's the darker, this is the shadow side. This is going to represent the small T truths that the Creator wants you to be aware of that can drop away. And then I've got the pink one, which got the rose quartz heart here, represents your higher heart, your higher spiritual heart, that spiritual higher heart full of unconditional love. So it's that unconditional love. And so we'll see what the capital T truths are that you'll be able to integrate, or what the Creator wants you to know you can integrate in. So we'll start off here. All right, Creator, what small T truths do you want our Cancer signs to know about? Okay, there's one here and there's one there. Okay, what else? Okay, that one there. Okay, that one there. 4 is going to be it. And again, this is a general reading, so of course we can't cover them all. So just take whatever resonates with you and leave, the rest for someone else. And of course, you'll have your own your small T truths that will make itself known here. So you've got seduction here, and this is about attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. And so there's a lot of this, with these small T truths, has such this connection to, with seduction, it's about doing what you need to do to get what you think you need. And so some of that, of course, comes into, manipulating things, pretending to be what you're not to get what you think you need. There's all these, was talking about judgments. There's all these judgments that happen, and it's this wonderful world that we have, and that there's so many rules around what a relationship should be, and it varies by where you live in the world. Popular one is you meet someone, you're supposed to be committed to one-on-one with each other, not supposed to lie or cheat or have an affair or have anything more important than the one. And then life happens, right? And then all that disappointment and all that comes in because we're trying to make someone be the answers to our questions, to be the food that makes us not hungry anymore, to be that liquid, that drink that satisfies our thirst and quenches our thirst. And he talked about that, our smaller self looks for love in all the wrong places. It looks for its worth and its sustenance from the outside world. And this is that, that desire for it. It's almost like this is your meal on top of the desk. It's like, here I am. You're my sustenance and I'm yours. That's how it's supposed to work. But that because of the instability of people's emotions when we're in fight or flight and the human side of ourselves, it doesn't fulfill. It's American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry moments later, and you're thirstier than you ever were before because of all the sodium and MSG and stuff in it. So it's like, it feels like it's what you want, but then you get it and it's, it is disappointing, right? And then you have heartbroken. Yeah, this is a huge one here. Deeply hurt, sad, separation, breaking up, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. The small t truth of our human existence is that our heart can be broken, and it's a beautiful experience we come here for, because our heart, our higher heart, our spiritual heart, cannot be broken. It's self-fulfilled. It's self-fulfilling of all that unconditional love from the Creator on the other side. It's unconditional. We can't lose it, can't gain any more of it. We have it all. But we come here to experience what it might feel like to be unlovable, to be abandoned, to be less than in this whole heartbroken piece. And what happens in our human heart, our real physical heart, whenever we feel fear, and that can be a real fear of something that's physically threatening us, that is truly a danger that could end our physical life. But a majority of it is emotional monsters that we feel like, if that happens, like if someone cheats on me, that means I'm not worthy, because if I was, they would totally be faithful to me. And so we place a lot of our worth in those social monsters, fearing them, that's what's going to happen to me, or that's what that means to me when it happens, right? And so when we have this fear, it's like when someone scares you and you feel this in your heart, and they have that pinch in your heart. Well, if you ever compare those, you'll see that they're the same. That like your stomach dropping, or your heart dropping, or you feel like someone put a sword through your heart. That's fear igniting in your body, because a part of you has decided that that's a danger. I'm in danger, and I'm in danger of not being lovable, and that's what happens. And so this heartbrokenness is a story that is actually not true, but it's our perception and what our emotions have decided based on all of our conditioning and all those opinions we've had, those popular opinions on what popular emotion we're supposed to feel when A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to Z and beyond. When those things happen, this is what it's supposed to mean about you. And so this is a beautiful small t truth that is being brought up for you. And then you have a photograph. And this is looking at your photos, missing you nostalgia, making you memories. And I really feel what this message is bringing up is this. It's about living in the past, of course. And that's what our beautiful human side of us, a lot of where this, this conditioning and stuff happens and comes from, is because of how we saw other people feel, or even movies, and everything we experienced. We're constantly gathering information. If someone is acting hurt, we got to find out what made them feel hurt, because then we don't want to feel that. And so we keep on gathering all these people who have been hurt, all these things we're seeing either in TV, like I said, movies, reading in books. That hurt them. Okay, we add that to the list of avoid hurt. Don't let this happen. If that happens, it means you're going to get hurt too. And we gather all that, and all this is stored in these photographic memories of all this stuff. We actually can, it's all these echoes that happen. And so when something does happen in our life, like I said, all those preconceived things that we wanted to experience when we come down here, we have an opportunity. Am I going to regurgitate the old, or am I going to create a new story around what that means? But this is all the storybooks, all the little, picture books that we have of all our life before, of what all these things mean, and the stories that we have attached to those. And do they really need to mean that anymore? Yeah, because in addition to the movie playing, you also have the soundtrack that's playing, that self-talk that's going over, all the music that's playing in your head. It's the outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over in your head. So, where this is the picture, this is the soundtrack that goes with that picture. So it's really being aware of the voices in your head that are telling you things, and the pictures that pop up in your head when you experience things in your life. So some good small tea truths. Again, it's definitely not a all-inclusive list. The experiences that we're able to have here on this earth are beautiful, and they're all these emotions are just flags that something can be looked at in with us, and it's a belief and a thinking that we can look at and question if we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? But I'm going to put our beautiful rose quartz heart here, representing the higher heart. And then we're going to take a look here and see what capital T truths the Creator wants you to be aware of. And again, these are not all inclusive, and you, of course, will have your own as you go through this. So, Creator, what do you want our Cancer signs to know? Okay, boom, boom. What else? What other high capital T truths do you want to bring into their awareness? Okay, this one and this one. Let's take a quick sip of coffee here. Okay, thank you. So the first one, we've got self-indulgence. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Yes, it is not, and I'm going to put this right here, seduction, self-indulgence. This is finding, within you that you are the one that you deserve. You are the one that's going to bring you everything that makes you feel whole and complete. You're the one that's going to quench your thirst. You're the one that's going to not make you hungry anymore, because you're going to give yourself this unconditional love, what you've been searching for all along. And that's that beautiful integration that comes from that. And I'll be curious, we're going to pull some tarot cards here. If the strength card doesn't come up, I'll try to remember, because this is such the strength card journey. And this is number 26, which adds up to an 8, which is in most decks. The major arcana is the strength card. So we'll see what happens. But this is definitely about you focusing in your self-worth, finding your self-worth from inside and basing your self-worth on this unconditional love of the Creator. When we're out here and we're talking about how we define ourselves by all those external things, we're taught to look outside ourselves about our self-worth and what we're worthy of. But I call that retail price, because when you're trying to determine what you're worth to others, that's retail, right? When you're trying to sell something on the market, then you're looking at, what am I worth to them? And what we find out is that it all depends on the season and the moment. If you're a beautiful warm coat, in the winter in northern Alaska, you are priceless and desired after, and people fight over you. But if you're in the summer in southern Texas, you're on the blue light clearance special, rack, where you have been marked down to 90% off. And so that's that instability, and that's what retail price is. But self-worth comes from self. And that's why you get to determine what your worth is and do that. And so definitely spending time and getting to know you is what this beautiful capital T truth is. Yay! Yep. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So definitely you get to experience what love really is, not the imitation cardboard tasting, pizza that you get from the external world. You're like, ugh. But you get to experience the unconditional love that is, oh my gosh, just a taste of it. Just a drop of the unconditional love from the other side just blows away anything. Nothing can come close to that, and so this is that experience that you get to experience, true, pure, authentic love, not the imitation. And wedding rings, union, again, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So you get to experience what true union means, not this union that we pretend, again, where we don't stay faithful and we're like, I promise to love you and protect you, blah, 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 until death do us part, or until it's convenient for me not to. That's what this has turned into. This is a true joining together. Again, like I mentioned, this true integration where your human side, this hungry side, gets to finally get the love it's been longing for. And you get to feel that true union. Yep. And then you have the phoenix. So new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So yeah, definitely you get to experience what it feels like to let all those small T truths slowly burn away, and from those ashes you rise as a beautiful, new, amazing, magical being. Like we said, you're no longer like this normal human, you're this magical human full of this awareness of your higher self. Not 100%. Because if you meshed your yeah, it's like a joining. It's not like your higher self comes in and takes over your body, because then it wouldn't be able to take it. It would actually just convert to energy, and you wouldn't be here anymore in the physical form, because there's no need to. You're just walking around as your old self, is your old soul, is your eternal being. But that's not why you came here. You came here to experience all this fear, first of all, without remembering who you are, and then joining together, remembering who you are, and walking in this whole new level and this whole new awareness. Like I said, is this magical being. All right. So we're going to use this everyday tarot and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about this next 3 months. Beautiful adventure. Yeah, it's like the lightning when it burns down the tower. What comes from the ashes is your phoenix, right? All right, Creator, what else do you want our Cancer signs to know about this beautiful 3-month adventure? Here we go. What else? Okay, thank you. And what's the last card? Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. So 3 of Swords here. This represents expectations. And when I talked about the heartbreak, this is exactly what I was talking about. You feel like when you go into fear, you feel like people are putting swords through your heart, because that's what it feels like there. And so this is definitely just reiterating that yeah, this is that feeling of fear that comes in, all these expectations, and expectations equal disappointment, because the external world is disappointing. When you define yourself by who you're with, or what situation you're in, like job or whatever circumstance, or by what you have, like possessions, that's unstable, because people, like we talked about, change, or they pass away, and their opinions and their feelings for us change from winter to summer in moments, depending on what they're feeling. And situations, of course, never stay the same. And things break down, deteriorate, are stolen or burned down. So all that is temporary and unstable. And then when we define ourselves by that, then we feel unstable. And when we expect those things to give us wholeness and completeness, that's when we're disappointed, right? And then we move into this one here. Yep, 4 of Wands. So this definitely usually has like a wedding feel to it, celebration. And, Wands is fire energy. Wands is also, for me, because it's the fire element, represents spirit. And so this is like this marriage to spirit, this joining together, this celebration coming in, which is exactly what we were looking at there. Yep. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. And Pentacles are all about, the outside world and our abundant feeling, our feeling of wholeness and completeness. And the Knights are usually very fast moving. The other 3 Knights are, but the Knight of Pentacles, this is about embracing the moment. They're looking at it, and they just take their time. They're patient with the growth, with allowing things to unfold as it is. They're not so driven and desperate as feeling as the other knights. They're just going with the flow, and they're understanding and with it all. And the strength card did not come up, so I'll tell you, the strength card has a lion on there. And then also this, usually a female on it with it. And she's usually either, she's comforting or doing something with the lion there. And it's about inner strength. Because the lion represents like our human side, this avatar that we're playing. It's hungry, it's thirsty, it's taught to look out here to make it feel whole and complete. It believes it goes out there and it eats, and it's hungry moments later. It drinks, it's more thirstier than ever it was. So it gets hangry, hungry, angry. It's roaring in the jungle, wanting more, becoming desperate because it's so hungry and so thirsty. What it's searching for is love, right? Is what we talked about. And then the lady in there, she'll usually have like an infinity symbol, because that's our infinite self. And she is this being of unconditional love and light, represented kind of like by this star of Venus. She is this being of unconditional love. And she comes down to comfort this human side of us. And she doesn't, do it to try to put us out of our misery and stab it with a sword. She doesn't try to kill it. She doesn't try to kill the ego, kill the human side of us. She doesn't cage it or try to get it into submission with a whip and a chair, She brings it what it has been searching for, which is unconditional love. So she embraces it. And it changes from this roaring lion in the jungle to this beautiful little lion cub purring in her lap, because it finally feels safe and secure. And that's this joining together, and they're able to walk together then on this journey, the lion cub not afraid, the lion cub feeling whole and complete. And then they go on that journey. And just thought the Lion King in my head, the Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days. All right, and then we're almost done here, so hang in there. We're going to pull a card here from the Guardian Angel cards and just see what final message or what message your Guardian Angel has for you. And we'll see what they want you to know. I apologize. It's hard to shuffle heart-shaped cards, right? Challenge. But it's worth getting the message, right? All right. And I love showing this, because this also lets you know that you are never alone. You are surrounded by not only your higher self and the Creator and Spirit, but there's this large mass of beings of unconditional love and light that love you so much and are always around you, supporting you. You've got your guardian angels and angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who've lived here and have already gone to the other side, your ancestors. It's just unending. Just know you're always surrounded, you're never alone, and you're always supported in love. And the message they have here is about expression. And it says, express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly, without fear or judgment, like it was talking about. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. So self-expression. Your capital S self-expression. Not your small, supposed to be imitation when who you think you're supposed to be, right? Beautiful. And then lastly, going to pull some cards here from the Heart Affirmations. And I'm taking this white crystal quartz heart and I'm putting it over here, and I'm actually going to move this one over here, and this brings clarity to whatever happening. We talked about life happens for you as you fill yourself up more and more with this unconditional love and integrate those capital T truths. You see what these things were teaching you and what you wanted to learn from those. And so let that energy of the crystal quartz just flow into your past memories and allow it to bring those, convert those small T truths into capital T truths for you. All right, Creator, what's your final messages for our Cancer signs for this 3-month adventure in love, love, love? This does impact all levels of your love, whether it's your intimate, romantical, your friendships, your family, just allow all these truths to impact and show you the truer side of things, not through the lens of this conditioning, but through this higher love. Okay, Creator, what's your final messages? Okay, no, they don't want any of those. They said it is a challenge. All right, there we go. Okay, there's one there. Oh, there's the other one. And that's the last one. All righty. Thank you for your patience. Says, my heart resonates with the wonderful beat of the universe. I'm going to put that one right here in the middle, because that's the true love. Your heart beats, your true heart beats in unison with the other beating heart of the universe. And it says, I hear benevolent messages loud and clear. I am my own healer. And so, yeah, definitely these messages that you're getting about your capital T truths and small T truths. I love it. My mind is open to new experiences that will transform my life. Yeah, definitely. As you cut away the old beliefs and the old ways of thinking that no longer serve you, you open up to so much more. And it's a beautiful transformation. And you will never let go of anything you don't want to until you're ready. Truth. So there's no fear. You're like, well, I don't want to have to let go of that. You won't let go of it until you want to, until the pain of holding on to something outweighs the fear of losing that thing. We don't let it go. Because if the fear outweighs the pain, we hold on to it until we're like, okay, when we judge it and we look at it, we do the cost-benefit analysis, I'm ready to let that go. And so you will. So no worries. You don't have to let go of anything you don't want to. But it's a beautiful 3-month experience, and I'm so excited for you. And just know as you're going throughout each and every day that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. If you do want to check out the first Timeless Love Adventure reading that I did for your sign, the playlist will be up here or down here somewhere, and you can click on that and it'll take you over to the playlist and just choose whatever sign you want to look at in there. But until next time, just know that I love you too, and that I'll be talking to you very soon, I'm sure. You take care now. Bye-bye.